Hey there, Susan Staples Bell here, and I wanted to tell you about a new resource I've been working on. It's called Space Adventures Piano Camp. This is a 5-day piano camp curricula that has about 3 hours each day. It's for late elementary students and ages 7 to 12. The exciting part about this is I've got all the plans in here, but you can be flexible in what music you choose. All right, so what we've got in here is first we've got some pages with information, how this works, what we're going to be learning, information for you to get you started. It's got the schedule that you want to follow during the day. For instance, the first 15 minutes, we're going to warm up. We've got lots of rhythm. This is a rhythm-focused camp, lots of activity, not arts and crafts. We're going to be doing, we're going to be playing, we're going to be clapping, we're going to be working on things. I've got some lesson plans in here that walk you through all the details, what concept, what we're working on with each aspect. We've got some listening in there. We've got some rhythm games. I have several improvisation activities. I have creative writing prompts, all of this kind of focused around rhythm. We also have some rhythm pages. Here are the games I was talking about. Walks you through and tells you what you need, how to play it. I also made some bingo cards, the rhythm bingo cards. You can start out with the rhythm practice sheets, teach that information, get the kids used to those rhythms, and then when you're ready, you can use bingo. I've got 10 bingo cards in here. You can reprint them as much as you need there, but I've also got blank ones. You might want to get the students making their own rhythms and then have them share their cards and call out the different rhythms. How does rhythm bingo work? Well, the teacher's going to clap a rhythm, and do you have that on your card? And you're going to place, like bingo, going to place a marker there, and then the first one to get bingo wins. You might want to have some prizes on hands. Creative writing, I've got a story in here. The students can react to the sentences by making sound. The astronaut floated into space steady and calm. Well, what kind of sound might that be? Maybe steady and calm. They're going to make some sounds like this. You can have it interactive, make the students, if they like that sort of thing, the next day they can maybe make their own story. If you could take that story and turn it into a composition, how would you musically describe the astronaut blasting off into space, various things like that? The improvisation prompts explore the whole tone scale. How we start with C pentascale, then we add the whole tone scale, the C, D, E, F sharp, G sharp. How does that make it sound spacey? You also have an activity in here where we're going to be listening. I've got a playlist for you on YouTube. All you got to do is turn it on. It's got Star Wars, Interstellar, lots of space theme movie. I have questions to ask to prompt discussion. What instruments do you hear? Why does that sound spacey? What kind of mood does that make you feel? But the really exciting thing that I think makes this camp different is you can select what music you want to use. So for instance, I suggest that there's a technique warm-up section, and I use At the Gym, which At the Gym is if you haven't seen it yet, it's 10 exercises, but each exercise has 5 parts for right hand only. That's all you got to do. Part 1 is the melody or the exercise, C, 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 D, D, etc. Part 2 is always the harmony. What chords would go with that? Tell you that. We're learning chord symbols as well. Part 3 is a left hand part for the bass line. In this case, it's an ostinato, easy to learn. Part 4 is a counter melody. It's up high on the piano. Oh, by the way, you could get 4 kids on one piano. That might be a really bonus to you. And part 5 is rhythm focus. So after all the students learn all the parts, you might say, hey, pick a part, don't tell us, and have it play. It becomes an instant ensemble. That's our technique warm up at the beginning of the day. We've got some other rhythm games and other exciting things, but then we're going to be playing. So we want students to select a solo. So maybe Galactic Adventures would be a good place, because these are 8 space themes solos that students late elementary can learn. And Lost in Time, Wormhole Wonder, Spacewalk, there's some great pieces in here. So in the first session, maybe the teacher would play all of the pieces and say, which one do you want to learn? And then students pick their solo pieces, and there's a built-in 30 minutes every day where they get to practice. Maybe you have headphones on your keyboards. If not, you can send them home to practice at home. I have performance tracks so they can hear it at home and get some help from me on that. We're also going to do some ensemble time. Here's really cool. So you might have, 4 8-year-olds, and maybe they're all early elementary. You might want to stick with a trio, or maybe you have 3 kids in this camp. And if you want to do a trio or 6, you can have 3 on each piano. Do Path to Destiny. It's very easy. It's elementary, it's driving, it's epic. They will love that. So ensemble, you have your choice. We've got Space Jive, which is a multi-level ensemble, lots of parts there. Too much for you? Space Jive also comes in a late elementary duet. I also have Epic Quest. That's a little bit more advanced, but the beauty about this, it's an F minor pentascale mostly, but it's in 6 different levels. You can start the young ones like a multi-level ensemble. You can start level 1 with the really easy one. Level 5 is more advanced. What else we've got? Oh, there's 3 trios. Anyway, you get the idea. I'm excited. There's lots to choose from. A lot of information here. If you have any questions, I want to hear about it. And what I want to know is, when you have your summer camps, what kind of tuition do you charge? How many students do you usually have in a group? I want you to tell me about that in the comments. I'm really anxious to hear about it. All right. Thank you so much for listening. Take care. Talk to you soon.